I deserved to earn people, but I didn't feel like I deserved to be earned. Meaning me doing everything that I could do so that I look valuable to them because of what I can do for them and not who I am to them. Whew. Said a word right there that hit me in the chest. Sometimes I be saying stuff, the subconscious, oh Lord, that be hitting, punching me and taking the wind out of me because it was too real. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know there was friendly fire that was allowed, but goodness.
Random, I got purpose. Things coming together so beautifully. One day, it all makes sense. Just you wait and see. Take this journey with me. Purposely random. Purposely random. Purposely random.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is your girl, Annalise, and this is my podcast, Purposely Random, a podcast by Annalise. I'm so excited to see you here on the podcast, growing yourself, growing you. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I do have some earrings on that I made called Grow You. And then it says on the back, Thrive. You might have seen this in a previous episode. I don't know if I wore these before. It doesn't matter. Look at them. Go to my YouTube page, Annalise Music with a Q, like Music Soul Child. And if you just want to listen, just go ahead and listen on Anchor. You can listen there. And there's also, I think we're on all platforms available. I'm so excited. Today we're going to be talking about hello, 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 the gift of hello. What 2020 has brought me and what I learned about myself here in 2020. We've already talked about the other gifts because this is a series, as you know. We talked about the gift of hello, the gift of goodbye. Well, we're talking about it right now. The gift of hello. We talked about the gift of goodbye, accountability, sadness. And we're so excited to talk to you today about the gift of hello. So on that note, let's get started with the theme song. And it goes a little something like this. You got a gift, so discover it and make it shine. No need to hide it once again. It took so long to find what was so deep within. You did the work, you should be proud. So share it. The time is now. Ooh, the time is now. I have loved that on every rendition of this theme song we have came up with a totally different ending. Maybe I got it this time and we'll stick to it on the next episode. But let's get into the gift of hello. What 2020 has brought me and what I learned about myself. I mean, this year, I'm sure, has been challenging for us all, and I don't know where it's going to go from here, but I'm excited, to say the least, about the journey that I have been on and where I'm getting ready to go and what I'm getting ready to do and who I have become and who she is becoming, like Michelle Obama becoming. Okay, all right. So why this topic? Every ending is a new beginning, and for every time there is a reason and a season. And as I mentioned, like the last episode this month, I'm a very reflective person. I think I mentioned that on the Goodbye series, which was the last series before this one episode, I mean. And it's not healthy to live in the past, but it's vital to learn from the past in order to be present and to create a better present. So that's why this topic. And we're probably going to do this like every year as the podcast grows. We're going to be talking about the year end and what we learned from it and where we're hoping to go. And I do talk in the third person sometimes third person is like, Angela said this. That's third person too. Girl, get it together. because I'm hoping one day that I can speak that we to an existence where it's us, you and me, the people listening and looking at me, we will have an interactive relationship. I'm so excited about it. So we're naming and claiming it here in 2020. So what has 2020 brought me? I'm going to start off with the negatives because I want to keep it all the way funky. Like, I don't believe in being like, oh, everything's great, everything's peachy. No, let's keep it funky. What was bad about this year? And how did I really feel? So I lost my dream job. I know that you guys have heard this story, but like, I lost my training position at my job. They took it from me. Still at the same job. And that's a lesson that I'm still learning, to move on when the time is spent. But I lost my dream job, which was being a trainer. And also another negative thing was that my concussion symptoms are coming back. So I've had 2 concussions, and the last one was like 2 years ago, and all of a sudden those symptoms are coming back, where it's hard for me to focus. I get irritable when I find that my mind is being overstimulated, especially without that distraction of like other people's background noise. Like, your brain tunes things out naturally, but if you don't have a reason to, it'll let it go. So those are the negative things, and there was other negative things, but not really anything like noteworthy or anything too crazy. I mean, there was an earthquake, there was aftershock, there was what else? Shoot the turkey, hurricane winds and whatnot. But but God kept me through all of that. So I know He's real. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's talk about the in-depth stuff. So what positive things did 2020 bring me? It brought me boundaries. And those boundaries are being enforced. I was always like so afraid to deal with the consequences of sticking to my boundaries, like being without somebody, being lonely, having them be mad at me or turn against me. And a lot of that has to do with like small frequent traumas that I've experienced as a child and in middle school, and from being bullied, and then the girls stealing from my family, and then all my friends turned against me. So I just didn't want to be without people or be without, especially if I had made that decision to be without something. So I just was really like, it was really hard, and it's still kind of hard for me to set boundaries, but I've been able to enforce them a lot quicker to be able to enforce those without being like, well, do not love me no more. I need it. Please love me long time, forever and ever. I also like really didn't want to be rejected by people, and I have abandonment issues too. So like, setting boundaries is always hard. And I realized that I was operating out of fear and not out of what I truly felt I was worth. I just felt like, and like subconsciously, I knew I deserved better, but like on the conscious level, I was kind of like, well, I'm just gonna get what I can get. There's no use for me trying to get more out of people than they're willing to give. They don't want to give it to me, at least. I don't know. I have an accent, but yeah. So that was one thing. So boundaries, and then self-value and self-worth. It's like I mentioned before many times this year, I have struggled to master the concept of self-value and my lack thereof, and be aware that I don't have self-value, and that I really wanted more of that instant gratification of others valuing me in order to feel valued. I only felt that I deserved to earn people, but I didn't feel like I deserved to be earned. Meaning me doing everything that I could do so that I look valuable to them because of what I can do for them and not who I am to them. Said a word right there that hit me in the chest. Sometimes I be saying stuff, the subconscious, oh Lord, that be hitting, punching me and taking the wind out of me because it was too real. And I was like, whoa, I did not. I didn't know there was friendly fire that was allowed, but goodness. But yeah, so let me say that again in case you didn't catch it. I only felt like I deserved to earn people and not to be earned myself. I still like subconsciously don't think that I should have to make someone earn me, but because like I'm an all-in wholehearted person, I'm like, this is who I am, and you don't need to find out. Like, this is just who I am. I'm all in, baby, 100%. I give everyone 100% until they show me that they deserve less than. Which if they deserve less than, then I'm like, we don't need to waste each other's time because I'm gonna be wanting to be all in. So that's something I'm still struggling with. Clearly. Something else that 2020 gave me a lot of us is time. I'm able to be alone and truly value being alone and have a different relationship with being alone rather than being sad because of being lonely. And although sometimes I want to go back to being distracted by the company of others, I have also found myself being more distant with people, and I'm still figuring that thing out. So a lot of these things I'm still figuring out. This is just the beginning stages of learning myself and learning my value. Okay, so the next thing is going to be self-sabotage talk. Actually, before self-sabotage, the Uncover Zone, and like what I need to expand in that realm. So we've talked about this before on another episode, I think it was last month, called the Upcomfort Zone, where you expand your comfort zone, like going into things that are uncomfortable, that are really part of the growth process, that are helping you and not hindering you. So I've learned that I need to be more uncomfortable in all the ways that will help me grow, putting myself out there, starting my podcast, forming relationships, and also forming a new relationship with what it means to be vulnerable and why I have such a hard time maintaining vulnerability. Self-Sabotage Cycle is something else that I learned. Identified that cycle. Like The Big Leap was a big book. I know I keep talking about it because it's life-changing for me. Along with a few other books and help from my therapist, I've identified like my upper limit, and again, talking about what I deserve, and like all the false narratives that were instilled in me about what I deserve, quote unquote, to earn people and not to be earned. So now I'm just like reestablishing that baseline of like, okay, this is what's going on. This is how you're self-sabotaging yourself because you don't feel like you deserve better. So you stop yourself from getting what you do want. So how do we change that relationship? So it's identified now. So now we got to hold ourselves accountable. So second to last thing, another thing that 2020 brought me is my podcast. It's been something that I've been wanting to do or whatever, but finally I started it. And, although it's not as big as like I want it to be right now, like I'm just really excited to have this platform and for people to respond to it. And sometimes it's like the most unlikely people that are supporting me. And Hollywood, another reminder for myself, my tattoo, that people are watching you and you never know who's supporting you. So it's awesome to have this outlet and to also be able to share with you guys my journey, and hopefully that you guys can be encouraged to have your own journey be more illuminated, because you deserve to be in the light, honey. Yes, you are light. And finally, it brought me like a better relationship with my sister-in-law. We didn't have the best relationship, but now we've been able to communicate more and be more on the same page. And it's really great because I love my brother so much, and I don't want anything to come in between or like make my relationship, anything that I do, affect his relationship in a not good way. Like I want to not be a factor in any discomfort in anyone's life if I can help it. So those are the things that 2020 brought me, and it's still bringing me some more because the month's not over, but I'm excited because like look at all those things. I mean, just knowing who she is, being who she should always have been, be real, being you, doing what I came here to do. You feel me? Be the light that I want to see. All of those things are coming to me into fruition. So that's where we're going to end this topic today. I hope that you guys gained something. Please reflect like on your own 2020. Like, what has it brought you? What bad things? What good things? What do you hope to keep earning? And if you're hearing a lot of background noise and like a lot of like I'm a DJ, it's because I have this like tracksuit thing on that's like making a lot of noise. So I'm sorry. Distraction. Anyway, so so yes, in the comments below, let me know what's going on with your 2020 and what you said hello to and what you will continue to say hello to in 2020. Now we're gonna go to the next segment. 3,000 questions. 3,000 questions about me. This is where I pick a question at random just so I can learn more about myself. You can learn more about myself, and I just don't be looking at it beforehand. I just answer it right at the bat. Okay. So this one, I don't know how to take this one. So question 1,594. What's your favorite Saturday morning cartoon? Child, I don't be looking at cartoons anymore because, well, not cartoons on Saturdays. I look at them like whenever, because I'm not a gangster. I don't know why I say because I watch too much TV. Speaking of TV, cartoons that I watch, I guess my favorite cartoon is a regular show. It's so funny. There's this episode where Rigby and Mordecai, they take this smart, I'm laughing about it. They take this pill, this potion to become smarter. And they usually say, but then instead they say, tisk, tisk, tisk. Listen, it's hilarious. I know I'm not giving you all the juice, but like, look at that. It's funny. Another one, I like South Park. I like Boondocks. I like South Park, Rigby. No, not Rigby. Rick and Morty, and those are the cartoons I watch now. Back in the day, I would have to say like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Justice League, Spider-Man was the jam. So there's that. What was your favorite cartoon, or is your favorite cartoon now? Let me know in the comments below. All right. Okay, next segment. I deserve. This is a segment where I talk all about things that I deserve, reminding myself, like we talked about before, this is your value. What do you deserve? And I need to remind myself so much to anchor myself back into myself. So I deserve to be valued. I got a little serious right there. Like I said before, cry chopping my heart with the realness. I deserve to be valued. 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 I'm amazing. I've done a lot of work. Listen, I've gotten repaired. I've gotten reshaped, reformed, and I deserve to be valued. And if you cannot, that's fine. But I'm not going to settle for less. Okay? All right. Let's talk about why you're a gift. You, the person listening to this. You, the person looking at me with my fake eyelashes and my little glitter lips. You are a gift yourself. Yes, you are a gift yourself. You are amazing. You are powerful. You are beyond your own beliefs. Like, you are amazing, okay? You are all amazing. I'm in awe of you, okay? Your sky is the only limit to what you can have. So just remember, you're valuable, okay? Don't ever think anything less. And if you do, remember, you the baddest, okay? You the coolest. You got it going on. And if you don't remember yourself, remember I told you, okay? And on that note, Next week, we're going to be talking about the gift of empowerment. Okay, you see what I just did there? Empowered you. We're going to be talking about empowerment. And what did I learn from this word of the year that I chose for 2020? I chose that word, empowerment, for 2020. All right, it's awkward. All right, and as always, be real, be you, do what you came here to do, and be the light that you want to see. Peace. Thanks for joining the show.
Things coming together so beautiful.